Okay, if you are feeling like you are addicted to sugar, trust me, you are not alone and you are going to get through this. In this video, I'm going to teach you exactly how to reprogram your mind, break the addiction of sugar naturally so that you can experience the freedom that you so deserve. For the best tips and tools on how to experience a confidence breakthrough in not just your body image, but in your entire life, subscribe to my channel where you will be notified every Thursday when I post a new video. Okay, so how are we gonna do this? How are we gonna actually naturally break our addiction to sugar? Well, I don't know if you knew this, but sugar, yes, it is addictive. It releases a chemical reaction in our brain that allows dopamine and serotonin to flow through us. So when that happens and we eat sugar, the brain gets a chemical release of dopamine and serotonin, which is our pleasure hormones, our relaxation hormones, and we feel all of a sudden at ease and calm. So this is exactly why when we eat sugar, we find it addictive, but the problem is that reaction is really quick and it doesn't last very long. So then we have to go to eat more and more sugar to feel that satisfaction. So if you've ever experienced a binge eat with sugar, you'll probably notice the same thing, where initially you maybe just had to eat a piece of chocolate to feel satisfied, and then it starts climbing, and before you know it, you've eaten the entire box of cookies, or you've eaten the entire pint of ice cream, or whatever it is. And that's because our brain needs more and more to get that same chemical hit. So how we're going to do this is I'm going to teach you a tapping technique which actually communicates with the part of our brain that has that reaction, that chemical reaction with sugar. And the beauty is that tapping itself actually produces a chemical reaction that achieves the same result. So by tapping and doing this exercise, you're actually going to experience a dopamine and serotonin release, which is feeding your brain the same chemical reaction of sugar. Mind-blowing, I know. So by repeating this exercise, you're going to be able to naturally break that addiction to sugar. You're going to counter-condition your mind to want sugar, and you're going to be able to experience the freedom that you truly deserve and want when it comes to your relationship with sweets. So we're just going to do a little bit of tapping on this together. So I want you to just tune into yourself and take a nice clearing breath as we arrive here in this space together. Acknowledging yourself first for being here and wanting to release this addiction to sugar, because that is not easy. And opening yourself up to the possibility that you will get through this and you will overcome this. Okay, so now we've gotten centered a little bit, which is really important when we're feeling any kind of elevated emotion or stress. That activates the part of our brain that wants us to gravitate towards sugar. So the first thing that I want you to do when you feel this craving, compulsion, addiction to sugar is I want you to just pause and do your very best to just take a nice grounding breath, a couple of those easy breaths to get yourself in your body and out of that initial stress reaction. So now that you've done that, we're gonna just tap. You're gonna tap where I tap and repeat after me. Even though I have this addiction to sugar that seems impossible to break, I'm willing to forgive myself. Even though I have this addiction to sugar, and it's been so hard to break, and then I feel shame and regret, I'm working to love and accept myself anyways. Even though I have this addiction to sugar and I'm desperately trying to break it, I acknowledge that being here right now in this moment shows that I'm open and ready for change. This addiction to sugar I have this addiction to sugar. Sometimes it feels impossible not to eat it. Sometimes I feel completely lost. This addiction to sugar Feels like I've tried everything. Sometimes I lose hope that it's possible to change. This addiction to sugar. I have to eat sugar. Sugary foods make me feel good. And I haven't learned an alternative yet. This addiction to sugar. This addiction to sugar. I wonder what my body is asking for underneath this addiction to sugar. I wonder what I might be able to give my body instead of this addiction to sugar. What is my body really asking for? What am I avoiding by eating this sugar? What am I trying to hide from by eating this sugar? Willing to forgive and accept myself, whatever those answers are. Willing to shift my relationship with sugar. So take a nice easy breath. Notice what came up for you. Notice what presented itself with what are you avoiding by eating sugar? Maybe what are you trying to numb out by eating sugar? What are some different options for you that are actually healthier for your body instead of eating sugar? And this doesn't mean just food. There could be many different solutions that your body and your mind are asking you for. Maybe it's calling a friend. Maybe it's asking for help. Maybe it's grieving a loss. Maybe it's a desire to just go out for a walk and exercise, but that feels intimidating to you. There are so many things that could come up, and so I want you to just notice what those are, because whatever that answer is, that's the real thing that we want to actually deal with and support yourself with. The sugar is just a mask and just a band-aid for something that's going on at a deeper level. And the other thing is that sometimes we have positive association with memories from the past. So, for example, if you always ate ice cream cake with your grandma and that was a positive memory association that you had to that food, when you're eating the ice cream, it can actually feel like you are tuning into the love from a grandparent or a friend or wherever that experience came from. So if you can tune in and ask yourself, why do I love sugar so much, and what memories can I remember of loving sugar? And if you can actually pinpoint that, then you can actually pause and say, okay, well, knowing that this sugar, whatever the sugary food that you're eating, the ice cream, the chocolate, whatever, isn't actually mom or dad or grandma or grandpa. It's just the feeling that I associate with them. And maybe in order to actually fill that need of receiving their love, you can phone them. And every time you have a craving for ice cream, instead of feeling like it's taking you back to the past when you ate ice cream with your grandma, you can call her if she's still with us. Or you can call someone you love and get your body trained to having that experience. And that's an additional tip that will help you transform your addiction to sugar. Because remember, addiction is just fueling an unmet need from us that just needs to be addressed. So we're gonna finish up by doing some powerful closing here together with this exercise. So even though part of me might still have an addiction to sugar, I trust that I have the power to overcome this. Even though part of me may still have an addiction to sugar, I acknowledge that I'm making progress by doing this right now. Even though part of me may still be addicted to sugary foods, I'm willing to overcome that addiction, and I'm on the right track by being here right now. It's possible for me to overcome this addiction. I'm capable of releasing my emotional ties to sugary foods. It's possible for me to learn what my body needs instead. Willing to release my addiction to sugar. I have the power to change my relationship with sugar. And I'm doing that right now. I choose to move forward in a new way, to listen to what my body truly needs. And instead of just jumping into eating sugar and fulfilling that craving, I can pause, take a deep breath, learn what my body really needs, and learn how to care for my body in an empowered way. And I'm already doing that right now. Releasing my emotional attachment to sugar and restoring all positive energy flow to a new relationship with sugar and my body. Okay, taking a nice easy breath. Noticing how you're feeling now, and I promise you that if you repeat this exercise, you will experience true miracles in your relationship with sugar. We are directly communicating with our subconscious and the amygdala, the part of our brain responsible for gravitating towards our stress response and sugar. So you are going to actually reprogram your mind by doing this. I can't wait to hear in the comments below how this went for you. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I love hearing from you and what videos you would love me to create for you, because this channel is here for you. This exercise is exactly how I overcame my cravings to sugar, and the fact that no matter what I did, no matter how many thousands of dollars I spent on trying to overcome my addiction to sugar and binge eating and emotional eating, nothing worked until I found tapping, and that's why I became an advanced certified practitioner. So I can't wait for you to try these out and experience the same miracles that I have and that my clients have. If you haven't already downloaded my free training to overcome your inner critic, this is awesome. It's a 3-part video series that helps you speak to the part of your mind directly that constantly puts you down and gives you the freedom from that voice so that you can experience the confidence that is truly within you and waiting to be unleashed, but is just being held hostage by that inner critic. So I can't wait for you to download that. The link is below. And if you are in a place where you really do want to overcome your addiction to sugar, you're really struggling with emotional eating, with weight gain from sugar, you're having difficulty with your food patterns, with exercise, with your body image, you want the confidence that you truly deserve, you're sick and tired of spending money on shit that doesn't work, and you really want to reprogram your mind to experience the confidence, the freedom, and the joy that you truly deserve, well, please book a complimentary call with me below. I would love to support you. This is an hour free call for us to go through everything that you're struggling with and how we can create a plan to create true transformation in your life. And I can't wait to talk to you. So say hi on Instagram and in the comments below, and I can't wait to see you again next week. Love you all. Thank you for being here.